Here are the extra practice problems for section 1-4 from the homework if you need some help with a few of these. First, on number 5, it says to solve the equation a equals 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times height for h. So that's the formula for area of a trapezoid. They want us to get h by itself. Then find the height of a trapezoid with bases of lengths 10 centimeters and 15 centimeters and an area of 75 square centimeters. So we're going to first solve for h and then we'll work with the rest. So I'm going to rewrite the problem first. We need to get h by itself. So that means we need to get rid of the 1/2 and we need to get rid of base 1 plus base 2. Now since base 1 plus base 2 is in parentheses, it's kind of like a grouped package. You cannot separate them. So we're going to count that as one whole thing. So since all of this is multiplied together, how would I cancel it out to get h by itself? Well, there's two ways you can do that. You can just divide everything by 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2, or, and this is what they usually do in the book, to cancel out the 1/2, they usually multiply by 2 since that's the reciprocal of 1/2. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first, just since that's how the book usually works it out. So we're going to multiply both sides by 2. So that cancels out the 1/2. So then I get 2a equals base 1 plus base 2 times h. So then to get h by itself, since these are multiplied together, you can divide both sides by base 1 plus base 2. And you can put those in parentheses if you like or not. It doesn't make a difference really now. So we get that h equals 2a divided by base 1 plus base 2. So that's our equation that we came up with. Then it says find the height of a trapezoid with bases of lengths 10 centimeters and 15 centimeters and an area of 75 square centimeters. So we're going to plug all those values in. So we have h equals, and we have 75 square centimeters as A, the area. So I'm going to plug that in first on top. And then we have base 1 plus base 2 on the bottom, which would be 10 and 15 in this case. And then we're going to work it out. Now I always work out the top separately from the bottom before I divide. So 2 times 75 would be 150. And then 10 plus 15 is 25. So then we're going to work this out. So we're going to take 150 divided by 25, which is 6. Now, it says find the height. Well, the height isn't just 6. The height would be 6 centimeters. So you want to make sure you label your answers. Anytime you have to label, make sure you get in the habit of doing that in your homework because you will have to do that on tests and quizzes or you might lose points. So make sure you do that. All right, next question, number 7. It says solve the equation for y, then find the value of y for the given value of x. So here's our equation, 3x plus y equals 26. And first we have to solve the equation for y. You need to do each step that it says. You can't just jump in and find the answer. That will work for the second part, but you still have to solve the equation for y. That's part of the problem. So we want to get y by itself. So in order to do that, we need to cancel out the 3x. So we're going to subtract 3x from both sides. So that goes away, and then we get y equals negative 3x plus 26. So we got y by itself. That's the answer. Then it says, then find the value of y for the given value of x. So if we know that x equals 7, we're going to plug that in. So y equals negative 3 times 7 plus 26. So that would be negative 21 plus 26, which would equal 5. So y would equal 5 if x equals 7. So pretty simple on that one too. And the last one, solve the formula for the variable in red, then use the given information to find the value of the variable, round to the nearest tenth. So first we're going to solve the formula for the variable in red. So the area of a circular ring is 2 times pi times radius times w, whatever w is in this case, which is probably the width of that area. So we're going to solve for r. So I'm going to rewrite this up here. 2 pi rw. We need to get r by itself. All of these are multiplied together. So how do we get r by itself? We divide by everything else. So divide by 2 pi w. So we get that r is equal to the area divided by 2 times pi times w. So that's it. Then it says, then use the given information to find the value of the variable, round to the nearest tenth. So it says, find r if w equals 4 feet and the area equals 120 square feet. So we're going to plug those in. So we have r equals the area, which is 120, divided by 2 times pi times the width, which would be 4 in this case. And so I always work out the top separate from the bottom. So 2 pi times 4 would be 8 pi. And so then you can see if you can divide 120 by 8, which I believe you can. It's 15. So we get 15 over pi. Now remember, pi has to stay on the bottom because that's where it is. You can't just magically move it to the top. So we can see what 15 divided by pi would be because it said to round our answer to the nearest tenth, which would be 1 decimal place. So if I divide by, and you can use the pi button on your calculator as the most accurate, I get about 4.8, and this would be in feet for the radius. Make sure you label your answer.